Well, let's talk about this 6-week-long process. Obviously, a lot of people have to vote. Why does it take so long?
Scale, Alison. It's all about scale. This is, the world's largest democratic exercise in the world's most populous nation. It's even called the largest peacetime logistical exercise. We have a detailed, and so this all takes time. We have a detailed report about this on our website, francevincat.com. But if we take a look at just some of the highlights of these big figures, you will see in our graphics, out of a population of 1.4 billion, nearly 970 million registered voters will be casting their ballots in more than 1 million polling stations across the country, which takes around 15 million election and security personnel to secure this election. Now, security is one of the factors of this long drawn-out election, because especially in the past, some of the more populous states like Uttar Pradesh had a history of violence and intimidation. So the voting was staggered as a law and order measure. But this does not mean by any way that that this is not criticized, because if you look at the way this election is conducted, we have a graphic. It's broken up into 7 phases, and so the election goes on, starts April 19th. Today, it ends on June 1st, and on the Monday, June 4th, the votes will be counted and the winner declared. This schedule does come for criticism and questioning by the opposition. The opposition claims that this staggered and long drawn-out schedule favors India's ruling party because it enables Prime Minister Narendra Modi to strategically campaign in places just ahead of the vote. India's Election Commission, of course, denies these allegations, but, this all goes to show that Indian elections are never dull and boring because it's a big election and the prize is big as well.
Let's talk about that prize, Leela. What is the goal of these elections? Who are we electing?
Well, exactly. Well, the prize is India's lower house of parliament, the Lok Sabha or People's Assembly. The party or the coalition that wins the most seats gets to pick the prime minister, who picks the government and sets the political direction of the world's 5th largest economy for the next 5 years. So the Lok Sabha has 543 seats, and they are divided among 28 states and 8 union territories. And, we have a graphic of how these seats are allocated within these regions. It's mostly allocated on the basis of population. So the more people, the more states. And, there are some very important states to watch for, like Uttar Pradesh. It's India's most populous state with a population of 240 million. That's a large country by itself. And it's often said that the road to the capital, New Delhi, leads via the state capital of Uttar Pradesh because they can be so critical. But in addition to that, there are some really battleground states, like the state of Tamil Nadu, for instance, where there are very strong regional players, very strong, very popular regional players, and they can play kingmaker in an Indian election. And so some of these regional players are very, very important for the national players in the national election. So because India is a sort of a federal structure, regional players are very important as well.
Okay, and tell us about some of the major players. Obviously, Narendra Modi.
Absolutely, running for a rare third term in office, facing a very weakened opposition. And this is something that we are going to be looking at in the next weeks to come during this election. His opposition is led by Rahul Gandhi. He is part of the Congress party, which used to be, the major political party in India, but its political fate has really declined over the past few years. Rahul Gandhi is among many opposition leaders that are facing a crackdown. He faces corruption charges. He was actually banned from parliament for a while until the court overruled that. This time, the Congress party has formed a coalition, which is called the India Coalition of opposition parties, and these include the Aam Aadmi Party, led by Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi chief minister, who is in jail, who is conducting this election from jail. His arrest has sparked a lot of condemnations internationally. So all this goes to show that, this race is going to be hard fought, even though a lot of people are already predicting who the winner is.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting 6 weeks. You'll be here to talk about it with us. Leela, thank you so much. That's